gentlemen, turn your speakers up. It's time for the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Turn up the bass. A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE. Oh yeah! Let's meet the hosts. First, a man hailing from the hub city in Indiana. He goes by @TooSweetKyle on Twitter. The host, Kyle Gagliardi. And your co-host, hailing from the valley of Lake Tahoe. He goes by @JimTuck89 on Twitter. Jim Tucker. And last but not least, hailing from the cornfield somewhere in Indiana, the full-time part-timer, Ian Garavaglia. Turn up the bass. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram @PodOnTheMark.
What is going on, everyone? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, for the Marks, and I'm your host, Mr. OTM, Kyle Gagliardi. And joining me this evening is my good friend, Jim Tucker, or as I like to call him, Tucky!
What's going on, Kyle? It is one of the best shows of the year, one of my favorite shows of the year. It is the OTMmy.
Yeah.
It is not Tucky tonight. It is Mr. Tuxedo trying on a new gimmick and also trying on a new suit. This is a full-time, part-timer, Ian Garavaglia. Ian, sup, dog?
What's up, dog? I don't know why this is anything special. I wear a suit every single night before I go to bed because I breed excellence over here in the Garavaglia establishment. But no, this is a fake bow tie, and this is the suit I wore at my brother's wedding a couple months ago. So it's kind of repurposed.
Don't get the tricks of the trade. Don't tell people it's a fake bow tie. What are you doing?
That's all right.
You don't do that. You let people believe.
Here.
We do have producer Deadpool with us as well, Brett. How's things going over there, producer?
They're great. They're great. A little hectic.
Yeah.
Lots of a new
baby in the house
around.
For the people that don't know. Yeah, new baby in the house.
A little crazy, but we're managing. We're managing. I haven't gone quite insane yet.
Oh, obviously.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's not Ric Flair. It's actually Joe Hendry's hair that I wore on Halloween a couple years ago. Yeah. And now that I have to take it off because that was the gimmick. We were going to see how long it would take until somebody noticed. And
it's already over.
Well, I got news for you, Kyle. You with hair is a weird sight nowadays.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it works.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Tuck, what, are you all right?
That was my Joe Hendry face.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry still?
I love it. We love it.
A couple times a year, yep.
Some people would say if you say his name, he would appear.
Joe Hendry.
No, guys, sorry, we don't have him on the show, but we
name and he appears if you pay his appearance fee.
And it's probably a lot of money that we don't have.
Can't afford it
Yet.
Hey, look in the chat though, guys. We got Dirk Vogus. He said, "Hey, Kyle, are you going to pull for the Bears when they come to Indiana?" Absolutely not. I can't believe I'm doing this, but Dirk, that is a fantastic name.
Well, anybody named Dirk sounds like a stand-up individual.
What a name, right? Dirk Van Fleet.
Bear down, Northwest Indiana Bear.
The Gary Bears. That's what
Hammond Bears.
Hammond.
I will move out of this fucking area if they come here.
I hear Tahoe's pretty nice.
You won't do that. You won't move.
Move to
I'm not moving to Tahoe. If anything, I'd probably move closer to the two below me.
True.
If anything. But because Colts fans are a little nicer than Bears fans, but we don't need to get into that. We don't need to get into that. It is rivalry week. We talked about it a little bit on Family Divided, so shout out to Family Divided, by the way, which made its return. Kind's in the house. He said, will I retain MVM of the year? That's what we're here to find out. It is the 5th annual OTMmies. We have been doing this for 5 years, Tuck, which is pretty crazy. It's fun to look back at these awards and see who won over the years and compare it to where they are now. So most of the time, though, I feel like we are spot on when it comes to at least the breakout stars.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna pull up the sheet with our past winners too for a little riffraff in the commentary.
That's right.
It's been quite the year for OTM, so it's always a great time to reflect. I think you and I and Ian saw us kind of settle our footing. The schedule is a little bit more predictable, not optimal given how much I have to miss, but predictable. And adding Bert to the mix has made 2026.
That's right.
Very promising for the On the Mark Wrestling podcast, which is a part of the Main Event Wrestling Network.
That's right. Main Event moves happening over here. We just hit 500 subscribers, which we want to thank you guys, first off, for helping us get to that point. We've been doing this now for 6 years. Thank you, producer Bert. It takes a village. We say for the marks, by the marks for a reason. Without you guys, we don't have a show every single week. And Ian, not only did we hit 500, this means you do have to deliver on your promise to the fans. 24-hour stream. Are you going to commit?
Yeah, absolutely. My assistant is kind of working out my schedule right now. You know, busy guy, huge busy guy. I'm wearing suits all day, so I'm thinking it'll be before 2026 starts, before the new year.
So soon.
Very, very soon. So I need to start scheduling some bits because I got nothing right now. Besides my dad, podcast dad, coming onto the stream and watching some bad wrestling. And it kind of sucks because I don't know if I'm going to take a nap while he does that because it's his punishment, not my punishment.
Oh, you got to join him because it's like a double punishment of sorts.
To be fair, I am second worst in the fantasy league, so that would make sense.
You were right there. I almost was right with you, to be honest with you. It was a bad year for fantasy. So if you want to support us for losing money in fantasy, Brett, what's a good place for them to go to support the show?
OnTheMarkWrestlingPodcast.com is where you're going to go, and you're going to find all the information that you need.
Yeah, there you go. You made him watch ROH, Ian? Oh, is that a shot?
I don't know.
I think it is a shot. And Robbie obviously hasn't been here in a little bit. He goes, "Why is the producer here? OT, I'm the big time. Producer Deadpool, you getting a good rate?"
Well, we're still talking to Disney about it. Disney's trying to figure that rate out at this point in time. But once we get it, we'll figure it out. You know, it's not top of mind at the moment.
Yeah, we're big time over here. Once you hit 500 subscribers, Robbie, that's what happened. They just give you a Deadpool to run your show. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Tuck, anything else you want to get to before we get into the first award?
No.
All right. Ian, any final remarks before we get into this thing?
Not the only big news was hitting 500 subscribers. Warrior Wrestling. Never heard of them? Yeah, we've had Steve from Warrior Wrestling on. We are partnering with their newest show in January. So
Ice Cold.
Ice Cold. I am extremely excited for it because I have already called in PTO, and I will be there live in person. I'm hoping we get some interviews, hoping we get to chat with the talent, and expect a big interview before the show starts. We'll working out
the official sponsor of Warrior Wrestling's Ice Cold is the On the Mark Wrestling podcast. Go check out Warrior Wrestling. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate the response. And while you're at it, there's only 17 of you watching live. This is the biggest show of the year. Tell your friends that the OTMmies are about to start because we added a few categories this year. We have 11 categories to get to. And since we have producer Deadpool with us, I think it's only fitting that we let our new producer kick off the OTMmies here and announce the winner for Women's Breakout Star of the Year. So, Deadpool, why don't you tell us the nominees before we get into the winner?
Well, the nominees are Stephanie Valkyria, Lyra Valkyria?
Yep. There you go.
Jade, and Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
Now, the winner is an unstoppable force. Known for her electrifying presence and unmatched athleticism. Dominates the ring with power, speed, and technical prowess.
Yes.
Her name is Stephanie Valkyria.
How about that? La Primera is numero uno. She walks away with Women's Breakout Star of the Year in 2025. And Ian, looks like you want to get the first remark in.
Oh, no, I was just doing she does this thing.
Numero uno.
She goes like this with her finger up there. Some other WWE wrestler did that once. I don't know who it was. But I can break down the numbers if you'd like.
Yeah, what were the numbers looking like here for Women's Breakout Star of the Year?
This was really close to the biggest blowout. This was tied at number 2 for the biggest blowout. 44% and voted for Stephanie Valquer. In the last place was Jade Cargill at 8%. Roxanne got 24, and Lyra got 24 as well. So, kind of a clean wipe there. It was an easy one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, Tuck. I voted for Stephanie Valquer. I'm assuming you did as well.
I also voted for Stephanie Valquer. A strong list, but I think it is important to note that we kind of changed the rubric for breakout star. Kalani won twice last year, which was thrilling for Kine.
Speaking of Kine.
We also separated men's and women's NXT superstar. So we added a category in the NXT kind of section of our OTMmies. And then went specifically looking at the main rosters between WWE and AEW and who broke out in those two scenes. Less projection, because I think the NXT men's and women's superstars are potential breakout stars, right?
Right.
And so we put that spin on it. Stephanie Valquer, a hell of a year. Yes. Excited to see what her 2026 looks like.
Stephanie Valquer not only did stuff on the main roster this year, but accomplished a lot in NXT. She was a North American champion at the same time as being the NXT women's champion. She had her title reign ended by JC Jane, obviously, but Brett, you even got to see her perform for the first time in person at WrestlePalooza with me when we went. Definitely was the match of the night on WrestlePalooza. You can't be too surprised to see La Primera walking away with this one.
No, not at all. Now, Lyra Valkyria is an interesting one as well. I thought those two maybe would be a little bit closer in the ranks, but yeah, Valkyria is she is a different animal, as I mentioned in my congratulatory. So. Good for her. The OTMmy will be in the mail. I'm sorry. I did not know. Apparently, we do not give out the actual physical awards. My producer is telling me that, so I apologize.
Wait. Bert has a producer too.
Yeah,
guys?
I got all kinds of. Producer Bert and then producer Deadpool. It's all it comes
intertwined.
Comes and goes. Yeah.
Got you. Robbie, to answer your question, that QR code by my face will take you to all the OTM socials. Not that exciting, don't worry.
No, it's a link tree.
It's a link tree for sure. Kite says this year, Kyle Fletcher is my guy, hoping me and him pick up some dubs. Bill says I'm a bit taken back by that Ilya isn't nominated for anything. Hey, Ilya was hurt for a majority of the year.
Gone. Yeah.
Right? Like, we can't. Where are we going to put Ilya in? Yeah. He wrestled 2 months, right?
Potential star of the year.
Next year.
I agree. But
Best 2 months.
No, for this year. The greatest potential. Untapped or injured, prohibited a little bit. I don't know that there is any Ilya Dragunov slander to be had.
No, not over here. We love the Mad Dragon. Fake Deadpool, that's producer Deadpool to you, Tino.
Fake?
Get it right.
He's got a title.
They think you're fake. 44% of the vote, you said, right, Ian?
Correct. Yes, 44%.
Shout out to Stephanie Valquer, who will never, ever see this, never, ever acknowledge the fact that she is the women's breakout star of the year for 2025. But, of course, we got to have a men's breakout star to go along with the women's breakout star. So we're going to the West Coast with this one, guys. He is a nominee for MVM of the Year. He is the leader of the Blog World Order here at the Main Event Wrestling Network to present Men's Breakout Star of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, the Great Brown Hope.
What's up, everybody? It's Great Brown Hope from the Main Event Wrestling Network, coming to you live from Studio 207. Here we are at the OTMmies once again. This year we are presenting the Men's Breakout Star, and our nominees were Braun Breaker, Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher, and my dog, Bandito. So we gave everybody a chance to vote, gave the fans a chance to have their voice be heard, and it seems you guys have picked the winner that's right here in this envelope. So, just want to close it out before I reveal the winner. It's been a hell of a year. Congratulations to On the Mark Wrestling Podcast as well for another successful year of fun podcasting and another chance for us to get together for the OTMEs, and thank you for having me. So, with that said, our winner is Kyle Fletcher.
And this one was interesting, boys, because it actually was a tiebreaker that had to be decided by us here at OTM. So both Kyle Fletcher and Braun Breaker received 38.8% of the vote apiece. It came down to us three. Ian had to revote because he originally had Bandito, and he voted. I voted for Kyle Fletcher, and Tuck went with Braun Breaker. So that is how we got to this. Brett, I know you don't watch AEW at all, but are you surprised to see Kyle Fletcher's name win this one?
A little bit. I've watched a handful of his matches, but no. I mean, I think when you look at, you got to look at all the platforms, right? All the different wrestling platforms. And he shocked a lot of people, and he did really well in the ring. So I gotta hand it to him.
Yeah, and his name was featured a couple times. Tuck, I think he was in Match of the Year as well. He was also part of the OTMys last year, but I believe this is his very first OTMy. Men's breakout star. It's hard to dispute this one. I think you could have made a case for Braun Breaker or Kyle Fletcher. I would say, Tuck.
Yeah, I think it's a little interesting. After we closed and decided our vote, there was a tiebreaker that came in. So this was back and forth throughout, even after we stamped it closed. And apparently it's just one button to stop accepting responses. I learned that about 4 minutes ago.
Oh, really? It was that easy?
Yeah, you just got to go to settings and say no.
Okay. All right. I was trying to figure that out. We really couldn't figure out how to close the voting, but I think we did get an extra one at the end, but we didn't count it towards the actual voting.
It does show how competitive the race was between the two of them, and the argument to be had for all of them.
Right. Oh, yeah. Just an outstanding list of nominees there for the breakout star. And like kind of saying, Ian, incredible wrestler, the future of AEW. He is a beast in the ring with a lot of 5-star matches this year that even we got to see.
Yeah, well, and the other thing, too, is like we were thinking of nominees for this category, and we didn't even think of the name Kyle Fletcher because his entire run in this monster push that he's been getting as a proto-star happened literally at the beginning of the year, turning heel at Revolution on Will Ospreay. Obviously, the match that happened as well at Double or Nothing. Everything just sort of happened super early, and he's just been on this tidal wave of incredible matches. You want to watch him every single time. It's like every guy in the Don Callis family. And he's also creating a really fun character out of it, and it's in a way kind of likable, but also he's a dick. So it's entertaining.
So you like dicks is what you're saying?
Not anywhere close to what
That's what he said before.
I mean, I was just connecting the dots there. I mean, that was the sentence, right? Tuck's. Tuck.
It's time.
I can't pronounce your name.
Wrestling breaking news update. Ian is gay.
Wow, his entire girlfriend's family is watching the OTMys right now.
What a way to find out, though. What a way to find out.
Hey, nothing wrong with being that way, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not saying that there is. A couple more comments. The Great Brown Hope who just presented. We out you indeed. Nice to see you. We saw you a little bit ago, and there you are in the comments. How about that? I was the only guy cheering for Fletcher versus Pac last night. Wow, you're such a badass kind cheering for the heel. You're such a badass guy. Still at work. What I missed yourself. That was about it. And you found swords, he noticed.
Yeah, Bill, I've got all... Listen, whoever... I think Tino or somebody called me fake. Is this fake, Tino?
Okay.
Does this look fake?
Hey, we just hit... Hey, that's a fake prop. It's a fake prop,
Does that look fake to you, Tino?
It's a fake prop.
Ah!
Christ.
What
is happening?
It kind of does look fake. It's got the orange tip on it.
We hit 500
I'll show you an orange tip.
And now we're going to get absolutely booted from YouTube.
All
Thanks,
right,
Bert.
I would like to make a suggestion for the four of us on screen and those that are joining us. Let's take a big, deep breath in through our nose and out through our nose.
Oh, my breath stinks. Oh, my God.
All right, well, moving on.
Well, we're moving on to another special guest presenter. They have been a staple of presenting Tag Team of the Year. Some would call them junkies because they are live every single day of the week. They also are a part of the Main Event Wrestling Network. So let's bring in the Wrestling Junkies podcast to present Tag Team of the Year.
Tag Team of the Year is about more than just wins and championships. It's about chemistry, timing, trust, and two competitors moving as one, knowing exactly where the other is without saying a word.
In a year where tag team wrestling can once again prove that it can steal the show, these teams stood out, elevating the divisions, delivering memorable moments, and reminding us why tag team wrestling is such a vital part of the wrestling industry.
Whether through dominance, innovation, or pure connection with the audience, these teams helped define 2025.
These are the nominees for Tag Team of the Year in the OTMmy Awards.
The White Six,
Brodito,
Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss,
FTR.
and the winner for Tag Team of the Year at the OTMmy Awards is
Congratulations to a team that was thrown together on a whim and proved that opposites do attract.
could not have said it better myself. Podcast that. I mean, look at what the Wrestling Junkies have done over the last 3 years. We are, hey, just as much of an odd couple as them, but shout out to Brodito. And 2026 is going to be incredible for them. I mean, can't wait to see what they do.
It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time with a division loaded with tag teams. Again, the thrown together on a whim tag team. One Tag Team of the Year. Congratulations.
Isn't that funny how that works out? We got another
music.
I'll tell you what, nobody does it like the Wrestling Junkies over there. We love those guys. But Ian, another AEW team here getting the win. Tag Team of the Year, Brodito.
Yeah, this was my vote. It's very hard, especially in AEW's division. If you are likable, you're going to be shot to the top, especially when you are really good at wrestling as well. And good thing is both of the guys are really good, Brody King and Bandito. Bandito was actually my pick for Breakout Star of the Year as well, because but again, kind of on a lower mainstream. But what Bandito and Brody King have done, Brody King's kind of been reinventing himself entirely this year, just with the amount of injuries they've had, with Aleister Black now joining WWE. Mm-hmm. The thrown together tag team was more of this is kind of neat, and it's turned into something that is lovable. And especially in AEW scene, it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, I didn't vote for Brodito. Complete honesty, I voted for Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss because I actually thought they were such an odd pairing. I mean, so was Brodito, obviously, but I'm going to lean towards the WWE because that's typically what I watch more of. I just like the evolution of that pairing this entire year, and I thought Charlotte and Alexa really revitalized the women's tag team division, which is why they got my vote. But Brodito kind of stood out in a year where tag team wrestling, in my opinion, wasn't that strong, at least on television. The independent wrestling scene, I'm sure tag team wrestling was great. But Brodito, I can't dispute this one, Tuck. They were a fun watch this year, and they were tag team champions.
Well, and the point I'd like to make personally was I was a little nervous about Brody King early in AEW. I liked him, and there was a lure. I was nervous he was going to get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
What do you do with an athletic big like that? What he was in the group. What was the group called?
House of Black.
House of Black, and so I'm thankful he's been able to, although an odd couple, establish himself, and Bandito is who we thought he was. If you're looking for Dennis, what's his last name? I'm talking about the football coach. They are who we thought they were.
Oh,
Dennis Green.
Yeah, that's right. And we let him off the hook. That was against the Bears when he said that.
The Bears.
That's a fun fact. It's also fun that Bandito was mentioned 3 times in the OTMys. He also will be featured on Warrior Wrestling's Ice Cold. So he was the one that was nominated the most, which is pretty, cool timing right there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's cooler than being cool?
Ice Cold. You know it. That should be their theme song. All right, we'll move on.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, that's part of the song. He's right.
I give you the data, by the way, because this one was a close race for that number 1 spot.
You're a data guy. I'm a data guy.
I'm a data guy.
Data.
Oh, you both are data guys.
Yeah.
Data.
There's one team.
Are you team data or team data? Leave it in the comments.
Data. But
I'm telling you, there's one T. If there were 2 T's, you'd have to soften the A.
Yeah, he is the teacher, guys.
I said data. D-A-D.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
You're about to hear that for a long time more. With
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
You're not wrong.
But Brodito obviously winning at 34%, and in second place Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Obviously, that was the second close race at 30%. So it was a close race. FTR at 24%, Wyatt 6 rounding out at 12%. So,
and I think the Wyatt 6 held the titles for the longest out of all those teams too.
Yeah,
which is crazy, but they didn't defend it that much, which is why I guess people didn't vote for them. But it's funny, Bill brought up the comment that AEW pay-per-views have been better than the WWE's because it is time to move on to pay-per-view of the year. I hope you didn't see who just won right there because I flashed it on the screen real quick. But the nominees for pay-per-view of the year are AEW All In Texas, AEW Revolution, WWE Evolution, and the Elimination Chamber. And the 2025 OTMey for pay-per-view of the year goes to AEW Revolution. The one with the most, or probably the best matches of the entire year. Yeah, I think that card, right?
Yeah, and I could throw out some of the crazy matches that we had. Just to name a few, obviously we had Sting's retirement, Strickland versus Ricochet. We also had Toni Storm versus Mariah May in their number 3 match. And spoiler alert, it's nominated for our match of the year. Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. Spoiler alert, also in our match of the year candidates. So that's just a couple of them. The rest of the card was also stacked. So that was obviously kind of.
I mean, it was a closer vote between the 4. So if you want to break down of the numbers, 36% of the vote went to Revolution. The next closest was 26%, which was Elimination Chamber, which I guess everybody agreed is the best WWE show of the year. And then right after that, you had Evolution with 22%, and then All In with 16%. AEW, Tuck, it's something we always talk about. You know, you don't really have to watch every single week. I wouldn't say it's must-watch TV. But pay-per-views, you're going to get your money's worth. And AEW Revolution was one of those pay-per-views for sure.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where, like, even if I'm not up to date weekly with the AEW product, given my schedule at times throughout the year, I still tune into the pay-per-views. I feel like they've done a better job keeping you up for the, like, up to date in the pay-per-view of what has been happening, and the match quality is always 10 out of 10. And we had some fun with Chat GPT last week, playing some scenarios and things like that. And I agreed with the consensus that WWE fans lean towards story, big production, wow factor. And AEW, according to ChatGPT, has the upper hand in match quality. And AEW Revolution certainly stands that claim up. I think it was also interesting that WrestleMania was not nominated, was it?
No, it was that. This might be the first year where it wasn't nominated. Yeah.
And so we began the OTMys giving AEW All Out the nod for PLE or pay-per-view of the year. WrestleMania swept the next 3 years, and AEW has planted its flag back in the sphere. And when you look at it, AEW is building itself compared to how it used to almost try to fight or rival or pull down WWE. I think they understood they can get in their own lane and do a really good job. I think they're going to continue to grow in 2026, and the venues could increase in size. But I think that's one appeal to me when I tune into AEW. I want to see where they're at now.
Yeah.
A different shape, place, smaller. They always feel full now. And so I think AEW is in a great place, and AEW Revolution is our pay-per-view of the year. Crazy.
Yeah, Brad, you probably didn't even get a chance to watch this one, did you?
No, but I read the recap. But yeah, everything. I mean, it was hard for me to not lean towards the Evolution pay-per-view because the Evolution pay-per-view was very good, very good. But again, based on what I've read and what I've seen online, which disclosure, don't believe everything you see online. Okay, but this seemed to be the better route.
Kind, you know better. Get that shit out of our comment section. We don't want your tribalistic bullshit in our thing. I know we reached 500 subscribers, but I'll lose a subscriber or two if I have to argue against you fuckers. All right? I will call out every single one of you.
I'll find you.
We know where you live.
Considerable resources.
We just a disclaimer. We actually don't know where.
I don't know where they live.
Actually, I probably could figure it out because he's bought merch before.
Shout out to Jenny Young 7070.
I could find out where you live.
Shout out to
Kai.
Jenny Young 7070 giving Riz to Ian there. Brittany has the best boyfriend in the world.
Shout out to the
Shout out
Riz
Jenny
God,
Young.
Ian.
Good for her.
Shout out Jenny Young.
Good for her.
Is he in the new Riz God?
He might be.
RIZGOD Riz God baby.
Well, it's very fitting we got a bunch of MVM of the Year nominees in the comment section right now, Ian, because I believe you are up to present. Oh, no, it's actually Tuck who is up to present the most valuable mark of 2025. I don't know if you know the breakdown, but Bill Moss had the most reigns this year. He had 11. Kine was in second place with 7. GBH had 5. And Tony was in fourth with 3. So that's how we got these 4 nominees, Tucky.
And the MVM is something that was started by the On the Mark Wrestling podcast as a way to acknowledge and encourage the celebration of pro wrestling, specifically in the comment and chat section. And Kyle, I think you would agree that the podcast did take a turn when we went to StreamYard for the better, in that we used to record.
Wait, what just happened? Somebody's microphone just went crazy. Is everybody good?
Apparently took an airplane and left. That's basically to our listeners.
Oh,
he's back.
Oh, you're
He's
back.
I have touched nothing. Nothing
Okay.
has happened. I don't know what's going on. But Kyle, you and I used to record in your kitchen, and now we are recording 2,000 plus miles apart between the 4 of us. And the MVM is something that I hold near and dear to my heart because that is a reflection of our community. And for the 2025 most valuable mark, we have an and still
Wow.
most valuable mark of the year after getting absolutely drugged by Kyle for his potential tribalism in the chat at the OTMys. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together or don't for Kine.
Or don't.
I will give Kind credit. The
He
guy
campaigned.
put out promos. He put out promos. He did not hire his bot army this year.
Yeah.
You got to give the guy credit where it's due. He earned it this year. But again, stats would say differently. But
Stats aren't always the answer, right, Brett? I mean, we say quality over quantity, but, you know, sometimes, like with John Cena, he's the 17 never seen. He's the greatest of all time. Reigns should matter, right? But no, not in the voting, because Kine had the biggest win of the OTMys, getting 56% of the vote, Deadpool.
Wow. Yeah,
We tried to make it harder, too. We tried to make it harder.
When you campaign the way he
Yeah.
campaigned, you can't. You know, everybody's gonna go that route, and unfortunately for the sauce Bill Moss, it didn't hit the same. It didn't hit the same.
So
Congratulations to one half of Haskine.
Yep. I'll tell you what, there's only been 2 MVM of the years, and Kine has walked away with both. And that is the difference. I think at the end there, him cutting those promos show how much he's invested into this show. By the marks, for the marks, that's what it's all about right there. Bill did have a nice rebuttal. Bill did cut a promo as well, so I love that. But congrats to Kine, who is a 2-time MVM of the year. Pretty crazy. Wow, how about that, Brett? Thoughts?
I don't like it. I don't love it.
not Brett.
I am team Great Brown Hot Sauce.
Me, I was too. Yeah.
Just, Great
So
Brown
was I.
Hot Sauce. 11 times. I do think
Bill, you had my vote, Bill. Don't worry, you had my vote.
I also voted for Hot Sauce Bill Moss.
Wow.
I do think there should be a potential weight to the actual reigns. I also think Reigns might be inconsiderate of total wins. There's
Sure.
Total
wins would matter.
Again, an acknowledgement of the community. Bill Moss, an absolute stunning year. But Kine apparently is a work rate god. He gets out there, he gets the work in, and he gets the job done. Mr. 2-time, similar to Kalani Jordan being missed 2-time last year.
Right.
Wow.
What shoes to fill you got there, Kine? Your girl, Kalani Jordan. But Ian, this one was very, very interesting. This is the first one you're going to be presenting. It is the match of the year. Who were our nominees?
Yeah, so first off, we did have a shout out to WrestleMania 41 because if there's one big moment and one match during that card, it was Bianca Belair versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley in their triple threat match. Definitely, not even arguably, the best women's match of the year, and it 100% was going to crack this list. This was actually our first nominee that we all agreed on. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, another great match that often is forgotten about.
Unsanctioned match, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I kind of forgot about it as well. But another fantastic match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Toni Storm versus Mariah May, number 3 at Revolution. Another match that was spectacular. They promised that it was going to be amazing. It was going to be a masterpiece, and it was, because it was a great hardcore match. Next, we had Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher at Revolution. Them two standing off against each other, facing each other in the steel cage match. Beginning of that match opened up with them standing literally on the ring, having an epic face-off, and the match delivered as well. And then you had John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, number 2 at SummerSlam. Not we.
Tuck right here.
You two, yeah. But again, another fantastic match that over-delivered, I would probably say. I mean, this came off of the not-so-great heel turn, and this was kind of that first time back as a face for John Cena in the year. So Cody Rhodes obviously winning the title back from John Cena. It's going to be magic. Those are our nominees. And our winner, at 26% of the vote, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher in their steel cage match at Revolution.
I mean,
congratulations.
It had my vote this year, and it was an insane year. Trust me, it was very tough to figure out who I was going to vote for. But at the end of the day, from bell to bell, Tuck, this one for me was the most outstanding match of the year on the best pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, that is an incredible match. I went with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. So my pick got 16% of the vote, but one of the tightest races, 2020, 26, 18, 16, all in that ballpark. But in hindsight, it was an incredible match, one that I would pay to see again.
No doubt, right, Ian?
Yeah, it honestly, watching that match, knowing that it's Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher going into a steel cage, we kind of all knew that it was going to be stealing the show, and it even over-delivered after that. It's going to be one of those matches I'd never forget. It's the other match in AEW I will never forget is Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks, and that so happened to be in the steel cage as well.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those matches that were magic, and it slingshotted Kyle Fletcher into an awesome run in 2025.
And these results here for this category goes to show you how great wrestling actually was in 2025. A lot of people will tell you pro wrestling sucked this year, WWE's on the decline, AEW's got next, yada, yada, yada. No, pro wrestling is thriving. It's still in the best spot it's ever been in. And it was so tough for us to even just figure out who the candidates were going to be, because we literally had a list of 30-plus matches to go through just to get it down to these 5 match candidates right here. We probably left off somebody else's match of the year, and I think we saw one in the comments. I think it was, Bill. He said Mox versus Hangman. We talked about that, but once again, Tuck couldn't even put it on the list.
Yeah, and it was on the list, but so many. And again, it recaps what in moments it feels doom and gloom, yes or no, hot or cold in the wrestling industry. But when you look back at it, we were served. We were served this year, and we will continue to be served in 2026.
That's right.
Great time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I think a wise man once said that, right, Tom?
Oh, yeah.
It was you. Man, me and Kyle are clean sweep. And yeah, Kind and Kyle are doing pretty well right now. AEW in general is doing very well. And speaking of AEW, they have a few nominees in this next category for rivalry slash feud of the year. We have Cody Rhodes and John Cena. That was a big rivalry, obviously, in the WWE. You have a rivalry that was towards the end at the beginning of this year with Toni Storm and Mariah May, one of the best women's rivalries in, I would say, pro wrestling history. You have another great women's rivalry in Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. You have Hangman Page and Samoa Joe, which is still ongoing to this day. And we also have Jey Uso versus Gunther, which might be a controversial one, but
it was a good one.
It still got the third most votes. But our winner for rivalry slash feud of the year goes to Toni Storm and Mariah May.
It's crazy because that was another one that was beginning of the year, and we literally forgot about it. We had to look up some rivalries of the year. Wait, Toni Storm, Mariah May. Yeah, one of these competitors are now in WWE under a completely different name. That's
And
how.
without the title, hup.
Oh.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, you know what my reaction was to that NXT finish for Blake Monroe and Thea Hale?
What the?
What was that? Huh? What was that?
That was my reaction. Yeah. But this match, this feud, perfection. And there might be people that are mad that this won because it was, like I said, I think we only got maybe 2 months of it in 2025. I don't think any of these other rivalries got to the point to where these two women got to in that match at AEW Revolution, Tuck. I mean, John Cena and Cody Rhodes was great. They had a good finale, but the start was weak to me.
It's rivalry of the year. When I think rivalry, I think this has to end in a situation, right? It's not biggest storyline that draws money out of everyone feud. Cody and Cena, that's money. It's a money machine.
Oh, yeah.
You want your Cody merch, you want your Cena merch, you want your seat, you want all of it. Toni Storm versus Mariah May was real. It was into it. Toni Storm, a great year, in Mariah May,
another good year,
transition to the NXT and thriving there. So it's a rivalry that I think, again, you could say shorter than desired. I think it left us wanting more, but it also gave us a great 2 months out of a year.
Well, and also, like, this was the last match before she went and left NXT to join, or left AEW to join NXT under Blake Monroe. So this will be her last stamp on AEW.
Great stamp.
It's a fantastic one, yeah, to say the least.
I mean, that's why WWE wanted her. They saw what she did with Toni Storm, which was perfection. And here it is, rivalry / feud of the year, Toni Storm and Mariah May. A few more comments before we move on. Where'd Deadpool go? He's doing things,
He's got a
right?
baby.
You know what?
Deadpool
Tony
at times is Dadpool too. People forget.
Correct.
This is true. All right, well, we got to transition on over to NXT. And we can't talk NXT without the other half of NXT Night Shift. So the only live presenter tonight, one half of NXT Night Shift, 1/3 of the Indie Wrestling Guide. Welcome in to the OTMys. It's Jay Gold.
Hey-o. Hello.
Look at you all dressed up.
You told me it's an award show. I got to dress up.
How you doing, bud?
I'm all right. I didn't put on a shirt though. I just have a T-shirt on. But otherwise, I feel the gravity of the situation and giving out these awards tonight. So I've been watching you guys, and I'm ready to go. I think it's time we got some NXT in here.
I know, right? We love talking NXT every Tuesday night. Come join us for the Night Shift live 10 minutes after NXT ends. And the fans want to know, where's Stan?
I don't know. He's
not here, right?
He's definitely not here. It's
Where's
not
Stan
me.
from?
Why is GBH throwing shade at you?
Oh, because Saturday he wanted me to do a AAA mixer, and I can't because it's Hanukkah for the family. And
everybody say Happy Hanukkah to Jay Gold.
Yeah. It's fine. I just have lots of people coming over. Yeah,
good for you. All right,
I'm
sir.
proud of you, Kine. Anyway,
you got to do 2 awards for us. We're going to start with the men's NXT Star of the Year, and then we'll get into the women's Star of the Year. So let us know the nominees, Jay Gold.
So the nominees, it's a big honor, okay? And with NXT being a what do we call it?
Developmental.
This is a big deal. So this year's nominees are Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Oba Femi.
Wow, that's a great list.
I have mine. I have my favorites, but this year's winner, Oba Femi.
Come on now.
And look. I was gonna say to you, Kyle, and I think I have Ethan Page in my mind is a more deserving, but then Oba Femi came out on Saturday night's main event, and now the TikToks are rolling with Oba Femi's walk and everything. There might not be anything better. We have Oba Femi, he deserves it, and I hope he understands the honor of this.
What is there to say that hasn't already been said about Oba Femi on the Night Shift, on OTM, on other wrestling podcasts? We all know how good Oba Femi is. And Jay Gold, I'm glad you brought up that Saturday night's main event. And Tuck, I know you were watching Saturday night's main event. That entrance, you just knew right there and then, this guy is going to translate onto the main roster.
Yeah, and you don't love the finish, but they did try to do something about it. They presented him right in front of Cody Rhodes, your current QB1 champion. And I think, like, the NXT Men's Star of the Year should be who we believe is next.
Got next. Oh, no. Tuck went into the tunnel again. Hold on. You're still in the tunnel. We'll get you out of there. Come on.
We know.
You're muted now.
It went somewhere, Tuck. It went somewhere. You're in some weird place.
That's fine. He'll figure it out. But Ian, I know you're not the biggest NXT guy. You got thoughts though on Obafemi picking up this award?
Yeah, Obafemi is my vote. So John Cena just did an interview with I don't know if you know the guy or heard the guy's name, Joe Rogan.
Never heard of him.
Fantastic interview. Yeah, never heard of him. But it was an awesome interview, and he talked about NXT and the talent that goes through there. And it's almost like he kind of described it as 1 in 10 of those NXT superstars make it to the main roster. And about 1 in 10 of those superstars that make it to the main roster survive for a good 6 years. Obafemi is one of those guys that is going to be around for a long time. And you could tell that from NXT from the beginning. The guy is good.
You make a good point there, Ian, but think about this, right? You had Rollins, Zayn, Steen, Owens, right? Nakamura, Gable, Jordan, Street Profits, Bianca Belair, Roxanne Perez. They've all made it from NXT and have become mainstays on the roster. As much as people are like, well, maybe 1 in 10. They're a lot more prepared than we give them credit for. Some of them, the ones who get washed out so spectacularally. We hear you now.
Tuck. We heard you, Tuck. Are you back? Say something again.
Say something.
Tuck, he can't hear us now. Jeez.
We hear you.
We're doing it live. We can hear you, bud.
Yeah.
No, but
anyway,
he can't hear us.
All right. So I'm going to say the ones who do crash out so spectacularly, like Adam Rose, like.
Oh, God. All right. We don't have to bring up Adam Rose on this.
I mean, but it was a disaster, right? So
it was.
But this means a lot, and I think Obafemi extremely deserving of this award.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Obafemi got 42% of the vote. In second place, all ego Ethan Page with 28% of the vote. Like Jay Gold was saying, Ethan Page has truly done it all. He's holding multiple titles right now, doing some of the best stuff on NXT with Chelsea Green. And I don't think, Jay Gold, we're ever going to get acknowledged by either one of them.
No, and I'm going to keep trying, though.
We are going to keep trying because we speak their praises every night for free.
Yes, come on. Someone's got an
for free.
Give me an ego, no pun intended, and do it.
Oh, Tuck. Hey, we can hear you. Hi. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I didn't love it.
What? Did you fuck up?
What kind comment?
My USB interface is from 2017.
Oh,
and so if it's old, that's all I got.
So is Jay Gold.
It's as old as me.
And then I came back and I lost sound too. I could always hear you. I unplugged the shit. I plug it back in. We're here.
All right, we got you.
We're here, so it's time to move on to NXT.
The
Women's Star of the Year.
Now, the Women's Star of the Year. The nominees are Zarya, Blake Monroe, JC Jane, and Sol Ruka. And the winner is Sol Ruka.
Yeah, baby. Come on now. We love Sol Ruka over here, don't we?
I have no issues with it. Sol Ruka is an absolute gem right now. Is talk about rockets strapped to their back. Next year might be Kendall Gray's year, but this year has become Sol Ruka's year. And as much as I love Blake Monroe, not enough of a body of work. As much as I love JC Jane,
great year.
The argument 100%.
I voted for JC. I voted for JC, and I love Sol. You know this.
Yep. So I'm not sure, but Sol Ruka absolutely deserves it, and that is somebody who we are all going to keep an eye on because she's not going to be in NXT that much longer.
No doubt.
And I just want to point out, too, this last Saturday night main event, both of our NXT Superstar of the Year was on that card. So I know technically the voting closed after the show.
We know ball.
But we know ball. Just saying.
I mean, the nominees weren't hard this year. I mean, Jay Gold and I talk about it all the time on the night shift. That NXT women's division is stacked. It was actually tough for us to just find a good four to choose from. these were the 4 that just seemed to be featured the most on television. Blake Monroe, like you said, Jay Gold, hasn't really had enough time in NXT, I don't think, to win. And you look at the responses, Tuck, 48% of the vote for Sol Ruca. That's a pretty big win here for the OTMys.
Well, and at Saturday night's main event, they definitely put her in the forefront. And so I'm not sure if that influenced voting. Is like, I've seen this name before. If there were some votes coming in from NXT non-watchers, perhaps, but she got on Saturday night's main event because she had an incredible year. And so one is leading to another. And I loved the match at Saturday night's main event. And I'm excited to see what her 2025 looks like, or 2026 looks like. That finisher, to me, what does that look like when she's a legend?
That's what I was saying too.
I'm like,
yep.
It's hot. It's working right now.
You still,
when the iron's hot.
Look, Pac still does the Falcon, the Red Arrow, and you still got guys who, and that Leon Slater, I don't think that's going to work forever. But you know what? You hit it while it's hot, and you do it for another 5-10 years, and then you don't have to do it again.
Tuck, that's funny you mentioned that. That was my literal thoughts watching Saturday night's main event. I was like, how long can Sol do this until she's walking like John Cena after his last match?
I missed to watch it. I'm like, you have to see this thing. I don't
just every time you're hitting on your back, and
I don't know that you've ever seen this. And she was like, oh shit. So like it's just impressive. She had an impressive year. NXT had an impressive year as a whole.
Yes, and that doesn't get talked about enough, and that's why we had to bring in Jay Gold here. So who had the biggest win? I think Kine might be trolling us because he knows it's him. We already said it was you.
No, I think he was talking about NXT, who had the biggest win this year.
No, I don't think he's talking about that. It's Kine. He wants to stroke his ego a little.
Fine.
That's what it is.
All right, well, fellas, it's been a pleasure. I don't want to overstay my welcome on your award show. You know,
if there's nothing you want to plug, I was going to ask if you want to plug anything on your way out.
Listen to IW Guide tonight. It's out. We did our review of Round Ball Rock, the JCW show that was supposed to be amazing, but turned into absolute garbage because of the snowstorm. So listen to that show. Oh, they had like 11 cancellations. Rich Swann was supposed to be on that show. We were supposed to see Beastman. The whole thing got ruined.
Husk.
Yep, we were waiting to see that crappy tag team. It was Beastman and Mad Dog Combo.
Hey, come on now. Those are two guys. Those are two guys on the Ice Cold card, sponsored by the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. So, Jay Gold, you get the fuck out of here after that.
That's what Cold Scheme hit.
Yeah, we don't support that guy at all. He's banned from OTM after that. I hope he leaves the studio. Yeah, thank you, Bert. What the hell, indeed. All right, we're down to the big two. Women's and men's star of the year. Ian, you get the honors to present men's, but we're going to save that for the main event. So, Tucky, I will give you the honors for women's wrestler of the year. And we had a stack 4 nominees.
Of the 4 candidates, we had Tiffany Stratton, Io Sky, Toni Storm, and Mercedes Moné. And of those 4, I think there's an argument to be had by all. I think we came to 3 pretty easily, and Mercedes Moné was in that discussion simply based on the amount of leather and gold she won. It's hard to argue against. Certainly an interesting take, like an interesting approach. You don't see it all the time. And she got her name on the ballot for that. And has it run its course? People are asking. I'm not sure. But our awards history have awarded the women's superstar in the past. We've had 3 from WWE and 1 from AEW. Dr. Britt Baker, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan. And joining, I mean, if this was a 5-way match, you throw those 4 in it and add the winner, the 2025 winner of Women's Superstar of the Year, it would be an incredible match. And it would be an incredible match because we would be adding the 2025 Women's Wrestler of the Year, Io Sky.
Yeah, the genius. Well deserved. The genius of the Sky is the Women's Wrestler of the Year. I believe she did have the World Championship for a small portion of this year, if I'm not mistaken, but I think the big reason why, people voted for Io Sky was match quality, always being a predominant point on Monday Night Raw, and just being literally the best wrestler maybe in the planet.
Yeah, women's world champion for 132 days this year from March to July.
Yeah, she got, Ian, 38% of the vote. In second place was a very close one, someone who I met this year, Timeless Tony Storm. And then you had Mercedes Moné, who has all the belts in the world. She had 22% of the vote. And then coming in last, who probably held the title for the longest this year, was Tiffany Stratton with only 10%. Anything stand out to you?
Well, it just kind of reiterates that it doesn't really matter the stats of, Mercedes Moné with the most titles. That's unarguable. Tiffany Stratton, longest title reign, also inarguable. But they're the bottom two of this ranking.
Right.
And it's because it's not memorable. You need something to be memorable. And Io Sky is going to be remembered in 2025 as the best women's wrestler of the year, at least by the OTM universe, because
I can't dispute
she
that.
Was. She was a part of the triple threat at WrestleMania, which is arguably, I will say arguably,
the greatest women's match of all time.
You said it. And she's also been consistent throughout the entire year on Monday Night Raw. And I don't believe any SmackDown. I think it was all Monday Night Raw.
Dude, she was a part of a lot of big stories, like the dissension of the Kabuki Warriors, now with Rhea Ripley, who is probably... It's crazy. We didn't even mention Rhea Ripley when talking about Women's Star of the Year, which is crazy.
She's been away. A lot of injuries. So
Bianca Belair has injuries, so she wasn't even mentioned. Chris Statlander was a name we threw out there, but Tuck, I think this 4 was a good 4 to have, but Stephanie Vaquer, I think by technicality in our awards, couldn't be nominated because we had her as breakout. Is that correct?
Yeah, and again, she's another incredible superstar. Io Sky could not have been a breakout star given her resume and tenure in WWE. And so I do think this is a way to acknowledge 2 great women's stars between WWE and AEW. I know they're both from WWE, but it was not that AEW was not considered.
No doubt. Ian, any final remarks?
No. We can move on to the Men's Wrestler of the Year.
Let's get to it, Ian. You get to present it, the granddaddy of them all, Men's Wrestler of the Year.
This one's tough because we had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but we had 6 candidates for the Men's Wrestler of the Year. We had, of course, Cody Rhodes, and also, of course, John Cena.
John Moxley. Samoa Joe. Gunther. And Will Ospreay.
But this was a close race, boys, at least for the top 4. And it's honestly, when you look back at it, it makes sense because your winner of Men's Wrestler of the Year in the year 2025 of the OTMys is none other than John Cena.
Yeah, the GOAT, the never seen 17 last real champion. John Cena is the Men's Wrestler of the Year. You know I'm not going to dispute this one, Tuck, and I'm very curious who you actually voted for. You know I voted for John Cena.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up my card and make sure. I voted for Gunther.
Oh, okay.
I am a Gunther mark. I love everything about him.
Gunther
I wanted him to win. The unsatisfying ending to the Cena match, to me, although I understand it, I wanted Gunther for him to make Cena suffocate. And so I love Gunther. He got my vote. Understandable. John Cena might have the most title reigns in WWE, but he will not earn that mark with the On the Mark Wrestling OTMys, given
he follows us.
MJF has more title reigns, which I think is interesting. If you look at our Men's Star of the Year,
okay,
we've got
hurry up. I'm getting heated.
Roman Reigns, MJF twice, Swerve Strickland last year, and John Cena. So that would be quite the fatal 4-way if you had it. Kyle, go off, King.
All right, it's Brett's fault. He's pulling up the comments and they're pissing me off. You guys are just blinded by the casual internet takes what popular creators are saying and shitting on John Cena. John Cena was a part of multiple Match of the Year candidates. To do this in your final year at the rate he was doing it at, nobody else could have done what John Cena did in his final year. The actual heel turn itself was one of the greatest heel turns of all time. You can't tell me otherwise. The execution of the heel run, that could be debated. I can understand why people are mad about that. But at the end, he did so much. That Dom stuff was fantastic. Elevating Gunther at the end, put aside the finish to that match at Saturday night's main event, which we didn't even talk about. That match itself between Gunther and John Cena was fantastic. John Cena delivered in 2025. Ian, that's why he won the OTMmy.
And before, we didn't vote. We were 3 of the votes.
Yeah.
Out of 50, by the way. So yes, it's very hard to argue on John Cena's retirement year, which was advertised last year, not to vote John Cena as the Wrestler of the Year, because it's almost a respect, and also the fact that he's 48 years old. And I know there's a lot of guys in the WWE that are in their 45s and up, but the fact that John Cena came out kind of spent away his year from acting to give a good final goodbye, kind of like we saw with Sting last year. Well, I guess technically this year, but what we saw with that as well. So it's a paying respect to the business while also putting guys over and putting talent over. Just look at Saturday Night Main Event. I could tell. I'm just gonna take a hint or take a guess and say that John Cena probably had a good say in who was on that card as his last match, and it does wonders. The guy did incredible things for the company this year in of itself. Obviously, the heel turn was not good. Or the heel turn was good. The heel run was not good. Yes. And then they moved past it. I was one of those people that were like, well, that sucks. Okay, back to being a face, I guess. And again, it was still awesome. The tournament was fantastic as well. Got a lot of surprises. We had a lot of people that showed out for NXT. And it was a good way to cap off his career. So John Cena, again, I'm an AEW lifer. Fuck WWE, obviously. So me saying this, it says a lot.
Yeah, it is saying a lot. And thank you, John Cena. We know you follow us, and congrats on winning the OTME for Men's Wrestler of the Year. I think it's kind of funny that the comments are so mad over a podcast award show, but hey, that means it means something to people.
Don't knock the passion. That's right. Apparent.
That's what it's all about.
We appreciate it.
That means they care, and we care about you guys. And we got to 500 subscribers this week. We got to the 5th annual OTMEs. It's crazy that we've been doing this for this long, and we're on the road to 600 now, boys. It's crazy that we are saying that. There is no MVM for tonight because the OTMEs are the OTMEs itself. I don't know if we're going to be doing a podcast next week. I'm available Friday. I don't know if there's going to be anything for us to talk about, guys, if you could think anything.
Oh, yeah, Christmas is Thursday.
Yeah, I'm doing nothing the day after Christmas.
World's End is the day after. It is that Saturday.
Oh, we could talk World's End on Friday if we wanted to.
It's possible.
I'll be available.
Oh, okay. So there might be a podcast next week.
I have no takes on Worlds Collide as of December 18th. I'll work on it.
There we go. All right, we'll figure it out. But Tuck, before we head on out of here, any final remarks before we sign off?
We get to the OTMEs. It's an opportunity for us to reflect. It's an opportunity for us.
Oh, no. Tuck, your microphone's doing the thing again.
I'm not.
I don't know why it's happening at the worst times. Ian, all right, give me your final remarks before we sign off then.
As weird of a year as 2025 was in the wrestling world, it was an awesome one at the very least. Just looking through the nominees for matches, pay-per-views, there's a lot to look back on 2025 that turned a lot of careers into the brink of being legendary. So John Cena's retirement year was a fantastic one. 2025 is going to be remembered probably for that. We had AEW kind of revitalize themselves, kind of put a stamp on themselves and saying, okay, we're going to go back to what we do best, and let's just put on good wrestling. WWE has been having an up and down year, but I think it's on the upward trend, obviously. You have so many NXT talent right now that is just begging for a spot, and I think they proved it on Saturday Night Main Event, and I know Kyle is happy about that. So
no doubt.
2026 is going to be probably even wilder. There's going to be some crazy stars coming out of nowhere on the WWE main roster. And
it's time.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
It's time for the WWE to commit to the NXT movement because they're definitely doing some great things down there. And if you like NXT, come hang out with me and Jay Gold every Tuesday night for the night shift. And shout out to Bill Moss, too. Even though he didn't win MVM of the year, he did have the most reigns, which that accounts for something, that's for sure. 11 times, as you could see in the comments section. You know what, Brett? I'm going to have to start telling you to just never pull up Kind's comments because we don't do tribalism over here. That's not what we're about. But Tuck, are you alive over there and well?
I'm on Amazon finding a new
You're good
interface right now.
Okay, now you can give me final remarks though before you go out.
This will never happen again. I'm very frustrated. I owe the OTM community an apology. I'm sorry. But 2025 has been a great year, and it's setting up 2026 to be another incredible year in professional wrestling. And although kind is the MVM of the year, we love it all, and we appreciate every single one of you. Whether it's, is it terrible again? What?
No, we're laughing at your kind comment. Yeah.
Oh, kind's gonna kind. He is a verb and a noun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
And we're gonna be coming out with a show Friday of next week, the day after Christmas. Get your returns done. Make sure you get all that Christmas stuff taken care of in the morning, because February 26th, it's going down. Make sure you follow us on Twitter or X and Instagram at Pot on the Mark and at main_event_net, the Main Event Wrestling Network. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. I'm thankful for you guys, and speaking for Kyle and Ian as well. It's been a fun year. We're excited. Do we get to 1,000 in 2026? Is this the rocket being strapped to OTM and Main Event Wrestling Network's back? People are asking, and I say yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan, and shout out to producer Bert jumping on the bandwagon. We'll see you next week. Thank you for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling
Podcast.